So last time we did ordering games. This time we're going to do some grouping games. And then very quickly we're just going to start doing a random assortment of games. But ordering games, in general, you're just trying to order a certain set of variables from left to right. Usually it's typically anywhere from 5 to 8 variables. And when it comes to grouping games, what you're doing, instead of ordering, you don't care about the order. What you care about is which variables go with each other. So if you think about it as groups, like if you have 3 groups, then let's say your groups are X, Y, and Z. There is a game, I think, and they talked about countries X, Y, and Z. But anyways, I'm going to have my groups listed along the top here, and then I'm going to try to put variables into each group. So maybe the first group has 3 people, the second group has 2 people, and the third group has 3 people. Notice the point here is that although you're doing ordering left to right, and maybe you list your groups left to right, by making the groups themselves vertical like this, then when you have a hybrid game which has grouping and ordering going on at the same time, you don't have to change anything about your diagram setup. An example of a hybrid game would be something like, you have 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So notice it's ordered left to right, but you also have your groups going vertically. So it's like, on Wednesday we have 3 players trying out for the team, and Thursday we have 2 players, and on Friday we have 3 more players. A lot of grouping games will tell you that you have at least 1 person in each group, but there are some harder grouping games where they just don't say anything at all. So a group could, in theory, be empty. That's really rare, but when it does happen, it tends to throw people off because they just start to assume that every group has to have at least 1. Some groups will nicely tell you, hey, there's exactly 2 people in every group, or there's 3 in this group, 2 in this group, 3 in this group. If you can pin down exactly how many people are in each group, that's really helpful because then the game just gets easier. But sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's just at least 1 or at least 2 or something like that. Questions about grouping games? Cool. All right. So let's jump in.